So yesterday I got a text message from Coach, and he said that you guys were going to still get together on Saturday, and asked me if I would come in and talk to you and have a conversation about disappointment and grief and the idea that you've practiced so hard and you guys have done so much work to be these amazing softball players this year. And now it's looking like you might not even get to play. And I said, sure, I don't mind talking about that at all. And then today Coach sent me a text and said, hey, we can't even get together on Saturday as a group. Will you create a video? And I'm like, absolutely. So the first thing I want to acknowledge is how much your coach cares about you as softball players, as individuals, as young women who are growing into their leadership. And I think that's pretty amazing. So I just want to take a moment and practice gratitude around that and hope that you realize how important you are to him and to the framework of our community. So let's talk a little bit about how to deal with the next 3 weeks and the disappointment or anger or just like that you're feeling right now. And I think the first thing, which is probably the most important thing, is to feel it. A lot of times people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. You should just move on. No, you really do need to feel it. And I want you just real quickly, just do a body scan of yourself and see where are you feeling it. Usually for me, when I'm feeling it, I feel it right here in my shoulders and I feel it in my gut. And that's where I feel like hurt and disappointment and all of those feelings. So just acknowledge whatever it is you're feeling about this situation and just sit with it. Then here's the next thing. Find somebody to talk to and share what you're feeling. Share that you're disappointed. Share that you're angry. Share that you are in shock. Whatever it is, you need to verbally share it. Or if you don't have anyone to talk to, which by the way, you do, your coach would love to talk to you. I'm sure I will include my contact information. So if any of you don't feel like you have anybody to talk to, you're more than welcome to call me. I'm a leadership coach and, not a therapist, but I think I can help with some of this. But some of you probably have amazing parents, brothers and sisters, or friends that you can share this with. And I think it's important to express it that way. The other way that you can do it is maybe you like to journal. Maybe you're more quiet and you just want to write it down and express how you're feeling. And understand that it's very okay to feel disappointed, to feel angry, to anything that you're feeling, it's okay. So once you've really explored what you're feeling and you've talked about it, and that starts the grieving process. That starts the process of understanding that we've lost something that we cared really strongly about. And I think that's important for us to understand that you did care and you do care really passionately about this sport because you love it. You play it, you practice it. It's okay to feel really strong emotions about being disappointed with how the situation is right now. So once you've gone through the process and you've expressed your emotions and you've really felt them, then the next thing I think is to take ownership. Now, none of us can take ownership of creating this virus that is causing such chaos in our world right now. But what we can take ownership of is ourselves and how we play the cards that we've been dealt. So, I would suggest a couple things. One, what's the lesson that you can learn from this? I always believe that there's a lesson. Even when the situation's crappy, there's a lesson that you can learn from it. And the second thing is, what are you going to do? So taking ownership, what are you going to do with this time that you have? So as of right now, you have a 3-week spring break. I wasn't paying attention. I don't have a child in school right now, so I'm not sure if you're going to have homework that you have to do in that time frame. But I would encourage you to think about what can you do in order to maybe help someone else. And I think about that as practicing gratitude and compassion. Gratitude practice is being grateful for the people who care about you, that your family and you are healthy, that you have a coach and coaches who believe in you and who want the best for you. And then the compassion part is, who are the people that you know who don't have that, who don't have somebody who's helping them process with these emotions and feelings and disappointment, that you could maybe reach out and share what you've learned with them. And that will help you process it more, and it'll also help them. So just think about that in the taking ownership piece of it, is who can you help while you're processing through this disappointment? Then create closure for yourself. It's good to feel these emotions, but it's not good to carry them through the rest of your life. And that feeling of anger and disappointment, you need to find closure. So each of us finds closure in our own way. So I would encourage you to figure out, how do you find closure? Some people find closure with praying. Some people find closure with lighting a candle. Some people find closure with writing out all their frustrations on a piece of paper and either tearing it up in small pieces and letting the wind carry it away, or burning it. However you find closure for you, find that closure. Now, do I expect that you find closure today? No. I think it'll take a little bit of time, but you do need to find closure on this piece of your life. Then I think you need to recognize that this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. So I know some of you are seniors and you're thinking, well, it's the end of my high school my high school career with softball. Yeah, it is, but it's not the end of softball. If you are absolutely passionate about softball, you can play it in college. Maybe you become a coach for a younger generation of softball players who are up and coming, and you use this experience to help them grow and develop. Maybe for some of you, you use these 3 weeks to practice even more because you know that you need to work on some skills. But whatever it is, recognize that this isn't the end. It's only the beginning, and you guys have an amazing future in front of you, but it's up to you to choose how you're going to use that future and opportunity. And then at the end of your process, at the end of all of this, and you've done all of this, this is what I want you to remember. The world needs young women who are being visible in their leadership. So each of you have an opportunity right now to really step into the role of being a leader, being a young woman who understands the emotions, because it's important to understand the emotions that you feel and to be able to feel them, who understands that other people are going through the same thing and be able to lead them through that process of how do you get from where you are right now to the future of where you want to be. And as you go through this process and you are a visible leader who shares and helps others, then you're doing exactly what you should be doing. And I'm excited for the future and to see how each of you turn out. I started following as I hear stuff about you guys, because I'm so honored to be a part of what you guys started this year. And hopefully I'll get an opportunity to see some of you next year. And each of you are more than welcome to contact me. All right, you guys, have a great spring break. Find the thing that helps you grieve, that helps you process through those emotions and feelings. Talk to somebody, take ownership, and figure out how can you make a difference through this transition for somebody else. Then figure out what's your next step. All right, I'll talk to you later.